What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to some more Littleroot laddering. So we're continuing on with this super sweet Darmanitan team that we played earlier in the week. So let's just kind of get back to it. If you haven't checked out the previous episode, make sure you go and do that. And if you haven't checked out the podcast from Monday, make sure you go and do that. We go pretty in depth with this team and what all we're doing. So it's sweet. I've really enjoyed this team so far, and let's just see if we can continue on and see what we can do here. Hey, still top 10,000. Nope, wrong team. We want that one. Cool. Let's rock and roll. Got the damage calculator pulled up. Got our sets imported. Alright. Let's do the thing. Alright, so we have... looks like hard Trick Room with them having Headering and DD, Cali Ice. But then they also have Chandelure, Moltres, and Comfey. Interesting. So Taunt will not work because they have Indeedee and not only Follow Me, but also the Psychic Train prevents Taunt from working because we're a priority thanks to Prankster, so that's cool. So I guess our best plan of action is probably just like P2 and kind of like P2 Groudon with like Darmanitan and Venusaur in the back. I think this covers a lot of what they're doing. Maybe I don't actually want Venusaur just because they do have Chandelure. And, actually, yeah, I don't really care for Venusaur here. I do like Eliki, though. But just kind of weak on Dynamax targets. But we have Groudon and Eliki, I guess. I think that's fine. Like, if they go for Trick Room here on one, instead we can just set up a Swords Dance and like reverse Trick Room, and then I feel like we're in a pretty good position because then we can just click Precipice Blades and pick up KOs that way, and that seems pretty okay by me. So it is going to be Indeedee Headering up front here. So the big question is, do we mind game them and click Trick Room when they click Trick Room here? Because I think there's a very good chance that they do. It tells me they have Calyrex in the back. And so what does that mean their fourth is going to be? P2, why do you always get the attack boost? I never want it, and yet I always get it. Could see Comfey in the back. Could see Moltres as well. Chandelure probably doesn't make a ton of sense here. I really want to click Trick Room. But I could also see them, like, over metagaming me and not clicking Trick Room because they anticipate me clicking it because they anticipate me anticipating them clicking it. I'm going to click it. I'm going to click it and hope I did this right. No, guys, we did it wrong. Oh, no. We did it wrong. Oh, no. P2, I need you to not do what you're about to do. Ow. So that went well. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I think I'm ready to move on to the next game because that hurt a lot, and we have two very fast Mons in the back, and now we have Trick Room up for them. So I don't think there's actually a chance we win this game because they big brained it by anticipating me anticipating them anticipating it, and as a result they didn't do it, and if they did we win, but if they didn't then we lose because we did. So that game went really well. Let's try again. let's just try again today. Because that went so swimmingly that I wanna redo. I also didn't anticipate like helping hand expanding force to one shot Groudon and almost one shot the Porygon. So that was really cool. Shadow Ball and DD is not something I've seen basically ever. Cool. So that went well. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. Because that went so swimmingly last time that we need a redo. But it's alright, you know, it's sometimes they get big brained and sometimes we click Trick Room for them. And you know, see, here's the thing is it never fails that like I'll lead my anti-Trick Room on against Trick Room, anticipating them to click it, and it never fails that they don't. And as a result, I set it up for them. So then when I don't set it up, they do. It's just this really awkward mind game, basically, of, well, are you going to? Because if not, I'm going to. And it's never, like, I want them to, but they don't. So they have a bunch of fire types here. And by a bunch, I mean 2 plus Groudon. Ensign, Charizard, Alchemy, Umbreon, and Venu. I think I just want to do Tornadus, Darmanitan up front because they don't have really any form of speed control, and we've seen how powerful Darmanitan actually is against Sun. And then of course I want my own Venusaur in the back. And I'm actually leaning towards not bringing Groudon and instead just bringing Eliki as another form of speed control. Plus, like, it lines up okay against, like, Charizard. Like, it... I don't know. I kind of want to bring P2. I kind of think it doesn't do anything here. I'm going to bring Regieleki. That was my first thought, and I'm gonna do it. I've talked myself into it. Let's see what happens. It can't go any worse than the last game, right? It can't go any worse than what we just witnessed. Charizard Alchemy. Well, I'm going to click Tailwind and Rock Slide. And that's going to delete Charizard. Plus, like, I don't really care about this Alchemy. I don't think it does anything here. I could taunt the Alchemy. But I could also see them switching out into Ensign. And like we saw last week, or earlier in this week, even through Reflect, we almost one-shot Charizard. So, this is not going to end well for the Charizard player here. They're going to set up Sun, which doesn't really matter. They're going to Dynamax, which, that's the important thing here. That's the thing we really wanted to have happen. Because now they're going to waste their Dynamax. Pending that we hit the 90% accurate Rock Slide, we are going to delete this Charizard. I am prepared to miss Rock Slide now. Hooray! Alright, bye Charizard. No one anticipates Darmanitan, and it's so funny every time. And that's going to be Venusaur coming out. Well, Darmanitan lines up pretty okay against that as well. Could click Heat Wave. Yeah, I like Heat Wave here. And then we will go into our own Venusaur. It might have been correct to actually Air Slash the Venusaur just to do, like, target it down specifically. But I think the chance to potentially get a burn on the Groudon is really important here as well. Alright, we connect the Heat Wave on both. Almost picking up the KO on the Venusaur. Sludge Bomb into our Venusaur. That does do a good chunk of their Life Orb. So their Venusaur goes down. Cool. I'm actually going to Fire Punch my Venusaur. Well, I'm kind of okay with that because now I get to bring out Darmanitan again. And now I get to punch. I get to show this Venusaur how a punch is meant to. I mean, show this Groudon how a punch is meant to be thrown. And they're going to bring back out Alchemy, but that doesn't really accomplish anything. So I'm just going to Ice Punch this Groudon and tell it to go away. Heat Wave, not quite enough to pick up the KO on the Groudon. Ice Punch will be, though. And now it's a 3v1 where their one is Alchemy and we still have a Dynamax. So I'm going to say this game is over. But, you know, this game has gone particularly okay. So I'm just going to click the attacking moves and this game's going to be over. Who needs the Dynamax when you have Darmanitan? Who needs the Dynamax? I love Darmanitan. It's so good. Just single-handedly one-shots so many things in this format. It's actually just insane. I wonder if we can one-shot a Necrozma Duskmane. I bet we could if we have Sun up. Interestingly, they have their own Sun thanks to Ninetales. Venusaur, Zapdos, Gastrodon, and Grimmsnarl rounding out the team here. So they could be Sucker Punch to trigger Policy. Very good chance that they have Heat Wave on Zapdos as well. I kind of like the same plan we had last game, but I actually don't think we need Tailwind here. I mean, I like the idea of having Tailwind just so Darmanitan can potentially outspeed Venusaur. What is Venusaur's max speed? That is very important to what we have going on. Do we outspeed max speed Venusaur? We do not. We do. Okay, so I think that makes this where I just want Tornadus, Darmanitan, Groudon in the back, and I'm gonna bring Eliki. I think Eliki's okay here. We need to avoid exactly Gastrodon, I think, which is one reason we probably should have brought Venusaur. But I also had 3 seconds on the clock, so you know. I would rather make sure I have a team than get like penalized for not having it. So there's Grimmsnarl, Venusaur. I'm pretty okay with this lead. If they switch into Ninetales, they are gonna lose Venusaur. Actually, I gotta think about this. So Ice Punch. I think Flare Blitz is still more damage. That's going to be 240. This is 130 plus another. So that's 205. This is 240. Yeah, Flare Blitz is stronger. And then we'll click Tailwind here. So they're going to withdraw Venusaur. I'm pretty okay with that. They're going to bring in Necrozma. Oh, opponent. Oh, sweet summer child. Sure, set up your reflect. I don't actually think this is going to matter. All right, well, it did. But look how much we did to them. They're also Rocky Helmet Necrozma. Interesting. I'm gonna Flare Blitz this Grimmsnarl. No, that's a lie. I'm gonna target this Necrozma slot, and I'm gonna click Heat Wave this turn. I'm anticipating this to be able to pick up the KO. They're gonna withdraw Necrozma. They're gonna go into Zapdos. Well, Zapdos isn't really gonna like that either. Sucker Punch is going to do a chunk, but it's not enough to take us out. And their eject button on Grimmsnarl. So not targeting down the Grimmsnarl slot actually could have cost us, because we could have picked up the KO on Necrozma this turn. But instead, I think we might be able to pick up the KO on Zapdos here. Not quite. But Darmanitan is going to go down to the recoil there. And they're lefties on Zapdos. So there's lefties Zapdos. They are lefties on Zapdos. They're Rocky Helmet on Necrozma. I'm going to bring out Eliki here. And I think Electro Web plus Heat Wave should be enough to pick up double KO here. And if they switch out, that's completely fine by me. It's like, we're just going to continue to pressure everything on this field with, ironically, Tornadus. They're going to withdraw Necrozma. They're going to bring back out Grimmsnarl. I'm kind of okay with that. Like, seeing how much the first one did. Protect the Zapdos. Pretty okay. Electro Web connects. It does. Pretty good chunk to Grimmsnarl there. Gonna lower its speed. That one, the lowering of the speed doesn't really matter. Heat Wave, not enough to pick up the KO on the Grimmsnarl, but that's alright. I wonder if they just go for Sucker Punch here again. I could Thunder Wave the Zapdos and go for the Heat Wave here. Because if they want to Sucker Punch my Eliki to try to pick up a KO, yeah, they're just going to Light Screen. That's kind of fine. Oh, I'm a dummy. Alright, we pick up the KO on the Grimmsnarl. That's fine. They're going to Roost. I'm pretty okay with that as well. I'm debating if I want to Dynamax my Eliki here. And I'm leaning towards yes, in all actuality, because if they have Sleep Powder on Venusaur, then we remove that threat. And Venusaur doesn't really do anything here when like, it can't Sleep Powder me. I'm just gonna Lightning down this Zapdos. And we'll click the Heat Wave again. I wonder if they have Sleep Powder on Venusaur. There's a non-zero chance. There's also a non-zero chance that this is like weakness policy, because we haven't seen an item on the Venusaur yet. Yeah, they are going to Dynamax. Presumably this is Venusaur. I'd be very surprised if that's not the case. So, like, if we can stall out their Dynamax here, like, it's a non-zero chance we can. It might have been correct to instead go for the Thunder Wave this turn. Alright, Zapdos is not going to go down to the Lightning, but I'm kind of okay with that. Like, obviously, I would have rather had it go down, but... Oh, yeah, I have Heat Wave. Heat Wave's going to pick up the KO on the Zapdos. I thought I went for Air Slash. Nice unnecessary crit. And it actually is Weakness Policy Venusaur. As there's the Vine Lash. It's going to be an Eliki, and because of the Weakness Policy, that is going to be a one-hit KO. I think we might have just lost this game because they're exactly Weakness Policy on their Venusaur here. What is our Groudon speed? Oh, and they still have Necrozma. I thought we took Necrozma out. Well, this is really awkward because now we set Sun for Venusaur. We're not a fast Groudon. I mean, I think we just have to attack and go for the Tailwind here and hope that we are faster than Venusaur. Ally Switch actually doesn't matter here because we are going for the Precipice Blades. So this is just like support Necrozma. Interesting. Yeah, Venusaur is going to be faster. Groudon is going to go down, and unfortunately I think that means this game is over. Because we don't have a way of stalling out this last turn. Especially if they have something like Sludge Bomb for Max Ooze. I mean, we'll still play this out and hope we can, but Venusaur should be able to take us out. Hopefully not, but we'll see. And Necrozma lives too, so Necrozma is going to get to have an attack off, and there's the Max Ooze. So, really close game. I think losing Darmanitan early cost us that game. Because, like, our only answer to their Venusaur is exactly Darmanitan. Like, super interesting team, though. Between the eject button, the Rocky Helmet on the support Necrozma. So, like, normally when you see Grimmsnarl and Necrozma together, you're anticipating this to be, like, Weakness Policy, and you're going to trigger it with Sucker Punch. Safety Goggles on Gastrodon. Super bulky. Not really surprised by anything there. Surprised to see it's 3 attacks protect instead of, like... sometimes you see, like, Yawn on Gastrodon. Volt Switch on Zapdos is not overly common. Especially leftover Zapdos. Not something you really anticipate. Citrus Ninetales, super uncommon as well. What is this? What is this Ninetales set? Encore Disable Mystical Fire. That's wicked. And then, of course, the max special attack, max speed Venusaur. And they did have Sleep Powder, so it might have been correct to instead just go for the Thunder Wave that turn. So then, if we do bring in Groudon between Tailwind and the Thunder Wave, we would actually still be faster than Venusaur there. But I don't think that really mattered. I think losing Darmanitan meant that Venusaur was able to take over that game. Man, another Sun team. Darmanitan loves seeing Sun. We hit literally everything except for this Eliki super effectively here. So, really satisfied just to have Tornadus plus Darmanitan up front here. I really don't like Venusaur when they have triple fire types. and they're restricted here is Zacian. So, like, sure, we do have Earth power, but I don't think I really care for it. I really want Groudon here, and I think it's the same ones that we brought last game in the exact same order. Tornadus actually put on a ton of work for us in that last game, and I'm hoping they just leave like Torkoal, Charizard, and Darmanitan is able to just clean them up. People do not respect Darmanitan, especially when we're pairing it next to Tailwind. We're just able to go turbo fast. I just want to beat up more Charizards with it. Is that too much to ask? That's all I really wanted to accomplish today, and we've done it once. Why not do it again? This is the Incineroar. That's pretty okay for us, all things considered. But I think they are going to target down this Darmanitan this turn. So I think our play... actually, this is actually a really good lead on our opponent's end, because both of our Mons want to be able to attack here. And if they double up into one of them, we lose it. So the question is, how do we beat that? Like, we could just attack. And I don't think that's unreasonable. But I think we really need to hold on to Darmanitan. So I'm going to go into Groudon. And I'm going to go into our Regieleki. I'm just going to double switch here, I think. I feel like I like this okay. It was like, yeah, now we set Sun, but I'm pretty okay with this. Yeah, there's the fake out. And the Volt Switch, yep. So Darmanitan probably could have picked up one KO there, but I'm okay with this. I feel like we're in an okay position. Show me Venusaur. There it is. Cool. Cool, cool. I'm pretty okay with that, actually. So I'm going to protect this turn on the Groudon. We're going to go for the Thunder Wave into Venusaur this turn. It's really going to attempt to neuter this before it gets to take off. They're going to Dynamax the Venusaur this turn and probably go for like a parting shot into Groudon. And we're just going to stop them in their tracks. There's the Dynamax from the Venusaur. Not really surprised by anything going on here. Now show me Vine Lash into Groudon. Okay, we connect the Thunder Wave. That's good. Gonna neuter it just a little bit. There's the Vine Lash into Groudon. Does not take that particularly well. They also crit, no wonder. But we are going to get to be able to eat our Citrus Berry here as well, so that's pretty okay. And there's the parting shot. Okay. So I feel like that turn went okay for us. There's a non-zero chance we lose. Like, we're going to lose Eleki this next turn. So I think the play is we're just going to click Precipice Blades this turn. I'm actually okay losing both Mons here. I'm pretty okay with losing both Mons because then we can just bring in Darmanitan and just clean house. And I think... Oh, we get the Para on Venusaur. That's really good. They were going to go for a Max Guard there. That's really good for us. So now, Groudon should actually be faster than Venusaur. We pick up the KO on the Incineroar. That's really good for us. And Eleki does go down. So I think the play now... I'm going to bring out Tornadoes. And I'm going to set up a Tailwind. They're going to bring out their Zacian. Alright, I'm pretty okay with this. Max speed Zacian is 221, which I believe our Groudon is going to be able to outspeed after Tailwind. Yeah. So I'm going to... we're going to max Quake into the Zacian slot, and we're going to Tailwind this turn. And if we get another Para on the Venusaur this turn, it would be super okay by me. So with Tailwind, them being para'd, and them being at -1 speed, Groudon is guaranteed to outspeed this thing. 1000% going to outspeed. And if we lose Groudon, I'm super okay with that. We know they have Regieleki in the back. They have Zacian here on the field, which if they don't go for Protect this turn, I feel like we're in a super winning position. And they don't protect Zacian, so there's a non-zero chance we pick up the KO right here. And then, if we lose Groudon, we just get to bring in Darmanitan and clean up this game. We do have to watch out for Eleki. Eleki is going to be faster than us. But we one-shot the Zacian, so that's pretty okay by me. They do get a Vine Lash off into, presumably, Groudon. Yep, and that's going to pick up the KO, so that's fine. I'm pretty okay with everything that has transpired in this game so far. So if we can take out the Eleki this turn, I feel like we're in a very winning position. The problem is there going to be... No, they're slower than us because we're 147. Yeah! So we can... what do we do here? We could Rock Slide. But I don't really think Rock Slide is correct. I think the correct play... I think getting locked into Ice Punch is okay. And I really want to taunt this Venusaur. I'm going to taunt it just to anticipate them having Sleep Powder and trying to cheese us out of this game. Are they Scarf Eleki? They have to be, right? That's the only reason they would be faster? Which, if they're Scarf, they go down here. Okay. Got him! Absolutely wrecked. Read the Sleep Powder. Does not matter. Darmanitan's going to be able to clean up this game. They can't protect because we taunted them. This game is over. And once again, Darmanitan coming in and just... You know, after not having a very good lead here, we pulled this game back. And it really, really just showed just how impactful we could be. And the mons that we brought, just really what they're capable of doing when you put them in an advantageous position. So being able to come back from a disadvantageous position to pull ourselves into that. Like, we used our Dynamax to guarantee we picked up a single KO, and that felt fine. Ironically, that was the only Dynamax we had out of the 3.5 battles from today, counting the first one as a super faux pas, but whatever. But being able to just come in, clean up, and like not need your Dynamax to be able to win games is just so good. Just having threats that are good outside of Dynamax and are able to take on your opponents with relative ease is just fantastic. So Really enjoying our time with this team so far. I'm going to throw this rental code up for y'all one more time. Make sure you go and pick it up while it's still available. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Ring the bell for notifications when new stuff goes live. And we will be back later this week playing some more Littleroot laddering with this team. Have a good one, everyone. Peace.